Next one is, how do you ensure active engagement in a physics lesson or a chemistry lesson or your mathematics lesson, whatever the lesson is going to be, okay, as per your subject, okay? Now, this is a very common question in this part of the world. This is a very, very common question, right, okay? Here, in this part of the world, the focus is to develop the students' capacity to interact, their ability to question, and to foster independent thinking. Now, the teaching has to be relevant to the students. What is being taught should grasp their attention and curiosity. You need to keep these things in mind when you're answering especially. Okay, right? Now, because there are no hard key terms, so we are going to jump over the framework. Let's see the framework of this answer. Start by mentioning the essence of your teaching method. Always start in this such question, because he's asking about how do you grasp the attention. So he is basically trying to know what is the theme around which your teaching moves around. Okay, is it inquiry based? Is it demonstration? Is it the starter questions? What is that thing? Okay, right? Okay. So start by mentioning the essence of your teaching method. Provide realistic example from your subject. After that, end with the impact on students' learning. Okay, so always start. So for this question, start by mentioning what is the essence of your teaching method. Then give an example, a realistic example, of course, from your subject. Okay, and then end the answer with what's the impact on the student learning. Okay, so we can start by saying active engagement in physics always start with making the subject relatable and interactive. For example, in the lesson of forces, I begin by dropping a ball and a feather to illustrate gravity and air resistance. Now, this immediately captures students' attention and sparks curiosity. I then transition to hands-on activity such as building and testing paper airplanes to explore aerodynamics. I then instruct them to work in pairs to collect data, analyze the data, analyze results, and present their findings. Okay? To keep the momentum going, I use quick polls, I use interactive quizzes through platform like Kahoot from Quizzes, right? Okay. And finally, I present a real world challenge like designing a parachute for a toy astronaut. So the combination of demonstration, hands-on activities, and real world application kept the student engaged throughout the lesson. That's it. You told them how to use it. You're giving example for every situation, and examples are pertaining to your subject. And when you're answering, they know that he actually does it or she actually does it. Okay. Now, moving on to the last one. Can you provide an example of how you have adapted your teaching methods to meet the needs of students with varying ability?